Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Siren, and yes, once again, we are here live at Maverick, where not only can you sit down and just feel comfortable, enjoy, relax a bit, and get a drink or two, you know, if you're in the mood for it. That's not sponsored, by the way. This week, I got you guys the updated version of Rezael, which has now been called the Fated King of Miracles, Rezael Vita. And I did change some things in this deck. Believe it or not, this deck is the most trickiest one I've ever done before, and I'm still trying to get used to it. But basically, I try to find cards that will comprise not only for the more support for Rezael, but also matches the character deck profiles for the anime. This deck is going to be correspondent to that of the season finale of Vanguard Divine Season 2 during the Destined Showdown. This is going to be a deck where I think, minus some cards because they're not all in here, this is going to be something that Akina Myodo will use in the anime against Sybilt. And Sybilt, ever since he took control of Now, he's been fighting to get her back. Oh, and by the way, I do forget, if there's any background noises in the background, it's just the star music, so don't mind that. This is also going to be a deck video. I believe it's season 1 of Vanguard Divine's Deluxe. And this also might be something that Akina might use in the Deluxe thing. I almost say the Fated Clash for some reason. I don't know why I'm doing that. Brain dead. Now, we all know the playstyle of this deck is like, you can't activate Rezael's Divine skill if you drew a heal trigger, so any trigger that you pull under 6 damage will be healed instantly, and that's just basically what it is. So let's just jump right into the video. Starting with the right deck here, of course, we have the energy generator. Everyone doesn't always like to carry these damn things around because they prefer to have the energy counters, I think it is. I think so. And so I decided to keep it because why not? I got too many in my box, so why not share it? And of course, the grade 0 we have is Wings of Aspiration Soel. And forgive me for the glare, you guys. This is a bad lighting, so I don't know if I can get into like the angle here, but let's just see. Maybe you can see it a little bit, but not too much. Hopefully. Grade 1 we have Patrol of Gusts Ventesta. Grade 2 we have Knight of Great Advance Ascensior. And then of course we have the Fated King of Miracles Rezael Vita, and his full skill is, this unit is also regarded as the Fated One of Miracles Rezael. During your turn, this unit gets 5,000 power for each Fated One of Miracles Rezael in your soul and all their divine skills. Active skill for the next effect 2, which is an auto skill. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, counterblast 1, choose up to 2 cards from your drop with different grades and a total of grade less than or equal to the number of cards in your damage zone, and call them to rear guard. Then, put a grade 3 or greater card with Zeal in its card name from your hand into soul, choose a grade 3 or less card from your drop, and call it to rear guard. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, all the units called by this effect gets 5,000 power until the end of turn. So that is the effect right there, full effect. And yeah, this is the confirmed right line for the deck right here. And yes, I figured it'd be more fitting to use the Fated 1 sleeves right here, because this is a Fated 1 deck. And now for the main deck. Sorry. Now, I had to be really careful. I had to double check how many cards are in the main deck, because you're supposed to have 50. I had to double check it twice. There's a full 50 right here. So we're using 20 grade 0s, and the first one we have is 4 copies of Knight of Perspicacity and Catellus. When this unit is placed on rear guard, if your Vanguard's Rezael in its card name, choose one of your units, and it gets 5,000 power until the end of the turn. If this unit was placed by your Vanguard's ability, it gets 10,000 instead of 5,000, sorry. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Rezael in its card name, this unit gets intercept and can intercept from the back row. So I think that's why it's best to max out this little guy right here because of that ability alone. And you may cut it down to 3 if you really wanted to, but I choose to play a maximum of it just to get an idea of what Rezael can do with all the cards at his disposal. So now for triggers, we are using 4 copies of Bringer of Distant Sounds Araunus. We're using 8 crits in this deck, because why not? 4 copies of Chivalmya. 4 copies of Blade for the Dragon. 3 copies of front triggers, Bard of Heavily Strong Alpacc. And 1 copy of the Overtrigger Light Dragon Deity of Honors Amartinoa for last Overtrigger. So that is the confirmed trigger lineup, grade 0 lineup. And for the main deck, of course, I can figure we're using Dragon Shields as always because most of my sleeves are covered in Dragon Shields. This is in the shade Ivory. It's more of a cream color sleeve. And of course, double sleeving is pretty much okay at that point. Let's see here. Okay. And so for grade 1s, we're still using Aerial Sage because he is the partner to Rezael. The next one we have is from the Set 5 collection. This is Reflective Dragon. It somewhat has the same ability as Istyr for Leo, I think. But yeah. With one major difference here. So its ability is, it's a back row effect, rear guard effect. When your other unit is placed on the rear guard in the same column as this unit by the ability of your Vanguard with Rezael in his card name, Soul Blast 1 and stand this unit. So basically, due to the ability of Rezael, when he calls 2 units from the drop when he attacks, and if you have these 2 guys, they'll immediately stand back up instantly with the cost of Soul Blasting. So give or take, this deck might need a Soul Charge, but that's just what it is. Now, of course, we have 4 copies of Palladium Zeal Dragon for our perfect guards. You know, I know that you're all going to be thinking, like, this is not quite enough for a grade 1 Rezael deck play, but I think this is, like, the most essential, in a way. So that's the grade 1 lineup I chose. For grade 2, of course, we're still using 4 copies of Knight of Gentle Beauty Nobia. 4 copies of the most grossly inexpensive fucking card. I mean, I'm still pissed about that. But for a good reason. I mean, the effect is pretty smashing. But still, like, these guys are literally going for 23 or 21, like, 20, or like less than $25 a pop. So you're almost basically spending $100 on these guys. 4 copies of Bowstreak's Nilberis. So 4 of these guys. And again, you guys, I don't know why, but some of these grade 2s in the set 2 collection are now grossly expensive because they're not very hard to get. Well, whose fault was that, Bushy Road? And of course, we are using 2 copies of my favorite Blitz order, 2 Heavily Brights. This is a personal tech card, I'll be honest, I like, because it gives you that miracle chance, will be granted that miracle kind of thing. So, you know, even in the darkest moment, there's a glimmer of hope, will be granted a miracle. So, that's why this is a miracle card. So that's grade 2. And now for grade 3, we're using 3 more copies of Rezael Vita for Persona Ride ability, Persona Ride, and skill activation, and all that good stuff. And since this does technically count as Rezael, the Fated One of Miracles, you technically have 6 Rezaels in the deck, which means you might be get 30,000 power if you can add Rezael Vita to the mix. Now, I chose to only play 3 copies of Rezael, the regular one, just because I'm not sure if it's kind of like Lavidras, the Destined One of Infinity. When he became the Destined King of Infinity, it kind of like made me like conflicted. part of me wants to play a full playset of these guys because the more Rezaels in the soul, the better, and you also get some of the skills off. However, it is a bit of a risk, and it may be clawing up your deck pretty much. So I thought 3 might be a good option because you're also playing like 7 Rezaels in the deck if you really think about it. So there's that reason. And of course, 2 copies of the one card from set 5 that has become now a full-fledged unit. Blessed Dragon Gabrielius. Gabby became his true form. When this unit is placed on rear guard, Soul Blast 1, look at the top card of your deck and put it on top or bottom of the deck. If you put it at the bottom, I'm not going to say the rest, this unit gets 5,000 power. When this unit attacks, if your damage zone is 4 or more cards, until the end of that battle, this unit gets 5,000 power. If this unit was placed on the rear guard by the ability of your Vanguard with Faded 1 in its card name, which means only Leo and Rezael can use this skill. Fitting, of course. This unit, this turn, and no drive checks were performed for that battle, your rear guard attacked this turn. Counterblast 1, this unit gets 10,000 power and drive -1 instead of 5,000 power and perform drive checks. So, 2 of them, it's not bad. I got a full play set now. 2 of these were also going to be in Leo Morta as well, because Gabby was there for Akina, and he's now also there to serve as a soul for Hikari Myodo, aka Erica Myodo, or Erica now. I guess it's safe to say we can call her Erica. And her wish is to not disappear and die, pretty much. So she gets a chance to live in this new timeline, this new world that she missed out like 3 years of pretty much without her brother. So now she has another secondary chance. So I thought it'd be very quite fitting. But that is it for the deck profile video update for you guys. I did enjoy this deck very much well, and I love enjoying playing it, loving to build it for you guys. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm bored. I'm actually just tired. I just got off work around maybe like 4:30, and I'm still freaking tired. I think it just comes with old age. But yes, now I can look more carefully. This is what the deck now looks like. And like I said, you guys, if you have any questions whatsoever about this deck, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, if you guys do like the content I do create on my channel, please subscribe to the channel, show some love, comment down below, and send me some deck lists, you guys. Show me what you guys are working with. I know most of you guys may have the money to buy the more luxurious cards, but as broke bitches like me, we just gotta do. So I hope this deck is very appeasing. If it's a little too much, let me know. As always, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time. And as always, I've been your faithful host, Siren Frost, signing out.